So they're going to be performing Friday night at Mission Viejo High School for their Jazz Under the Stars event with Mission Viejo High School. So we're going to play at 7 o'clock, and then Mission Viejo High School is going to play after us. It is a ticketed event. There is dinner involved. It's an outside deal. But if you're interested at all, you can either speak to the boosters over here, or actually go over to the band room. There's a flyer on the door. You can scan it like you do the restaurant menus, and you can buy tickets if you want to do that. And then the jazz band's going to play in here a week from tonight, next Wednesday night, which is our Night of the Leopards, and that's going to be a tribute to all of our 8th grade students. So the jazz band's going to perform. We're going to have the TRI sound doing the sound as well. We've had 3 different people here in the last 2 nights, so this is really cool. So I love the sound. I want to thank our videographer. I want to thank our program person. All of our fantastic music boosters. Speaking of which, we're going to call up our booster president, the great Monica Hurd. Come on down, Monica. She loves speaking in front of crowds. Don't make her nervous. Would you like to sing a song? Why do I do this to you? I'm sorry, I'm okay.
Great, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. As you are aware, we have the best program around. We have the best director, we have the best students, we have the best family, volunteers, board members. We have top-notch coaches. Christy Alisi, Lisa Cherry, Corey Townley, John Riley, Nicholas Roberts, Daniel Blank, and Ruben Stein. If you haven't seen the Instagram page that we are posting all about our coaches over the last few months. These are top-notch coaches. They are fabulous with really incredible accolades. I definitely encourage you to read about our coaches. These coaches are providing near one-on-one support for your students. It's a great opportunity. Another reason that our program is the best. Serving alongside our booster board members and our volunteers this year has just been an incredible experience. I'm thrilled that I've been able to have the opportunity to do so. Mr. Robbins, thank you so much. Students, thank you. And on behalf of all the students, music families, the board, and volunteers, we'd like to present you with this gift. This is a picture of you with all your students at Disneyland California Adventure this year.
Oh, look good in this side. Oh, awesome.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to, of course, give out our first award of the night to our amazing Music Booster president. And I have to say the Music Booster board this year has just really stepped up. We didn't get to do anything last year. And I was very nervous, as I mentioned last night. And Monica is so dialed in, she's so organized, and all the board members are. But like even yesterday, we had a problem with a couple of our trophies. I texted her and said, can we get someone to do this? She goes, oh yeah, I'll do it. And she ran down to the trophy place and took care of it. So there's something in the box. It's for you. So yeah, go ahead and show everybody what you got. Yeah, it's neat. All right. Cool. All right, so we have Chick-fil-A, and we have announcements. It's time for some music. We're going to start off with our first selection here. You can find it. It's called One-Eyed Jack. I want to tell you who the soloists are. You're going to hear from Omaid on the alto sax. You're going to hear from Nathan on the French horn. Aiden on the clarinet or tenor sax? Clarinet on this one, okay? You're also going to hear from Trey on the trumpet and from Ali on the tenor sax. And again, this is called One-Eyed Jack.
One, two,
7th grade drummer. I love the sound of that. Yeah. And the 7th graders just stand up, please. Please stand, 7th graders, stand up. Dylan, you're 7th grader. Good. Trey, raise your hands up. Okay. Oh, yeah, good. All right, so the people you can see standing, there's a nice little core for next year. And most of these folks weren't in the band when the year started. Sophie was, and Long was, and Lila was. I didn't know who Lila was. She just showed up, very quiet girl. She said, I play the drums. Well, everybody plays the drums. You know, and of course, you know, we already have the machine here, Aaron, 8th grader. And so I'm really proud of these 7th graders. You guys can have a seat. I'm excited for next year. And I've told this story before. At the beginning of the year, we had a lot of holes. And quite frankly, it didn't sound very good. We'll leave it at that. They'll tell you. It was very interesting. So it must have been a lot of fun showing up for jazz at 7 o'clock in the morning, wondering what the heck was going to happen. And but we did our job. Found the really talented 7th graders to help fill out the group, and they worked hard. And super proud of where they're at now. Also want to thank, I see a few of our staff members here. Okay. Who else? I think there's some other ones here. I saw our bass coach is here. My son Nick Robbins, 2 nights in a row. Yeah. Thank you for coming out. Any other coaches here? Mr. Riley, our sax coach, had a little, I'll call it a minor surgery on his back. So he's almost always here for these things. So he'll be just great, but normally he comes to these things. So let's give it a couple of words. Director's Award. I'm going to give this right away to a kid in the front row. The Director's Award means I chose this person. We started the year, I had no idea, like I said, how things were going to go. And quite frankly, we didn't have a lead anything. And you have to have a lead trumpet, we didn't. And you have to have a lead alto, and we didn't. You have to have a bass player, and a cellist. So she said, I'll learn the bass. And she did, she's fantastic now. But this kid stepped up to be our lead alto player, and he's a very talented young man. This is, I can't say his last name, but his name is Omain Zawande. How do you say it? Zawandai. Omain Zawandai. And we'll stick, this is actually one of the kids we knew from last year. So he's a repeat customer, and he's a really, really fine drummer and percussionist. And you're going to hear a lot of dance band as well, because he's going to do some drum set playing for you. But he's an outstanding young man, got a great attitude, and this goes to Mr. Aaron Estrada. You're welcome. Let's do another one. Director's Award. Speaking of lead players, who's going to play lead trombone? We found ourselves a lead trombone player. Last year I had 2 trombones and they were both online, so I hadn't really met either one of them. And then they showed up to school and they were still playing the trombone, and I went, that's good. And I'm really, really proud of this young lady. Honestly, she's one of our most outstanding individuals, and this is Megan Walcott on the trombone. All right. But we don't want to do that yet. I'll do one more. Director's Award. Some of the kids really, really took to soloing. This is one of the individuals that did. A lot of the kids are like, I'll do it if you make me. And a couple of them were like, I'll cry, but I'll do it. And this one was like, whatever you want. And she's manning the vibraphone over there. This is Nora Bjornstad. Fun fact, Nora's mom played trombone for me my first year at La Paz 29 years ago. Fun fact. You guys say, wow, you're old. Yeah, there she is. Want to come up and play a solo with me? Her brother was it. Oh my gosh. Josiah. Oh my gosh. That kid. All right, let's move on and play another piece for you. We have an original for you here, and you're going to hear, well, I'm going to get started here for a minute. Wait for my mic to turn on. This is an original number by a good friend of mine. His name is Brian Bettker. He wrote several songs for us. This is an original that he wrote called Jump, Jive, and Squeak, based upon the Brian Setzer Jump, Jive, and Wail. And very fortunate to have Brian Setzer and Brian Bettker as a friend. On this particular piece, we're going to feature for you 3 soloists. You're going to hear from Lon on the piano, and you're going to hear from Trey on the trumpet, and you're going to hear from, Ali on the tenor sax, and Luke on the guitar. And this is Brian Bettker's Jump, Jive, and Squeak. That's a crazy hard chart. We were thinking about not doing it tonight. We were going to do it Friday night. And then I said, let's just do it. And they're going to learn a lot because it's a hard chart. So a lot of good things. I really, really enjoyed the solos. Some nice drumming on that one from Aaron. And we're going to play some more music. But first of all, let's do some more awards here. We've got a couple more pieces here for you. And some more awards. How about another Director's Award? I don't think you could ask for a more outstanding student than this. This is the kind of student that the other teachers come to me and go, isn't this kid the best? And he's like that in all his classes. And this goes to our piano player / trumpet player, Ethan Lee. All right, Ethan. No, we don't want to do that one yet. Too soon. Oh, here's one. Director's Award, Jazz Ensemble. If I had to pick, like, you know how in elementary school you line up and you pick, like, you know, players for this and that and the other, the first person you always pick is the bass player. Because if you don't have a good bass player, you don't have a good band. And I know bands where the director said, I don't have a good bass player, we're not going to any festivals. I'm just not going to have a good year with a good bass player. And so our bass player, again, is actually a cellist, and she said, I want to learn the bass. And I said, great, your brother's call, that'll help. Right? Yeah. And so she came to our summer camp last year, and she worked some with my son on the bass, and she's a super duper hard worker, and again, one of the nicest kids in the whole school. Every time they talk about awards, her name pops into my head for anything of significance because she's that kind of a kid. This is Lila Moranis on the bass. Lila. Okay, and we can't give that one up. That's one from last night, actually. One of mine that didn't come because she's sick. Well, here's one. I could do this one. This is Director's Award. This is one of the kids that when I'm not here, which doesn't happen very often, but it did last week, this kid steps up. And he has one of those kind of personalities where he's knowledgeable and he doesn't have a problem like, well, what if they're not nice to me? He didn't care. He's like, I'm in charge. Let's do this. And that is our lead tenor, Mr. Ali Ahmad. Cool. Okay, let's play another piece of music for you, and then we'll do the rest of the awards. We're going to move on now to a version of I've Been Working on the Railroad, and solos on this will include Ali, aforementioned, Nora, Aiden, Nathan, and Omeid. We're also going to feature, this is Allison, our trumpet player, who also plays the viola. And this is Lily from the orchestra. She played last night. She's one of our award winners from last night. And she's going to play the violin. And unfortunately tonight, our other violinist, Kira, is not able to be here. She's under the weather. She's been under the weather. So we wish her our best. And so we're going to do I've Been Working on the Railroad after we tune carefully. Okay, before we get to our last number, we got a few more awards here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is another Director's Award. This is another one of the members of the band that was here last year. For those of you that don't remember, we rehearsed outside the gym here in the mornings in the ice cold. It was a lot of fun. And this is one of the kids that showed up and did the job. He's our guitarist, Mr. Luke Gunning. Okay, I asked the kids to pick most dedicated, and I very simply said if everybody in the band was like, be like the best band ever. And they chose a 7th grader on the clarinet, Mr. Aiden Rodriguez. Most and most improved is voted by the students. I really consider this kid to be just outstanding in every way. You couldn't ask for a better attitude. Hard worker, played the clarinet for us last year. It didn't work out very well. And he came to our summer camp every day, an hour early. He said, I'm going to learn the trumpet. And it was hard. He had a hard time learning the trumpet. But he showed up every day and he kept working hard. And he has improved so much. He was up there soloing before the concert with the jazz builders piece. And just a great kid. Like, if they were all like this kid, they wouldn't pay me. But I guess I'm glad they're not all like this kid. I like to get paid, a nickel or a dime or something. But at any rate, just a super kid. I'm going to miss him. This is most improved, Mr. Luis Aviles in the trumpet section. Go ahead, Luis. Welcome. Okay. And it's from last night. Here is not here. All right. Finally, most outstanding, voted by the kids. This name will go on the plaque in the band room forever and ever, or till our world caves in. I don't know when that's going to happen. Hopefully not soon. So I'm expecting these plaques to be up there forever on the wall. The kids voted this kid pretty clearly. I might admit, another one of our 7th graders, our lead trumpet, Mr. Trey Hart. Most outstanding. Congrats. Cool. For those of you that don't know, the class has shrunk with COVID. And in some schools, it got really, really bad. But one of the things I've done the last 2 years is I teach a music appreciation class. And that's where I met Trey and a few other students, actually. So he's not even in band at the beginning of the year. And after about a month, he came down and tried the trumpet one day, and he was good. But he's like, I want to change my schedule. Then another month went by, and then finally we got him to join. And then after a while, I was emailing his parents and said, he should be a jazz boy. He can handle it. And it was a little reluctant, and obviously it worked out. And so it's just very cool when you reach out and find these kids that didn't even originally sign up for music, and then they have such an aptitude and a great attitude. And he's so well liked. He has so many friends. And I think the neatest thing about this is they're all such good friends. When we went to the elementary schools, O'May gave the best speech to the elementary kids. He stood up in front of the elementary kids and he goes, "Last year we were online. When I had 0 friends. This is how many friends I had. None. And they're like, yeah, preach it. The elementary kids. And he goes, and now I come to school every day, and this is my family. But he's right. The kids that are in music, it's a great atmosphere, not only for learning, but just for their lives. And I'm preaching again to the choir because you're here supporting your kids and your brothers and your sisters, right? Yeah. So at any rate, I love that, and I'm really going to miss these guys. It's been so much fun going from where we started to where we are now. And I'd say the hardest part about my job is to say goodbye and start all over again. And I'll joke with the 8th graders in a couple of weeks when they leave, and I'll say, "Have a nice life." And as funny as that sounds, some of them I'll never see again. And that's the hard part about this job is to let go. But after 29 years, you're used to it, but it's still hard. They're really such good kids, and I know they feel like family, and that's the best part to me. So I'm going to play our final piece for you. This is the theme from Family Guy. Great TV show, of course. I know you all watch it. You can TiVo it and watch it later on. Just some very appropriate behavior going on there. No, I don't know. I've never watched it, but the theme song is terrific, and there are no words. That's my favorite part. We're going to feature Trey on the trumpet and Maid on the alto sax. Thank you for being a great audience. This is Theme for Family. Thank you very much. Guys, band number one. Friday night we'll be playing at Michigan High School, and again, thanks for all your support. If you give us a few minutes to set up the stage, and then we'll bring up the bands. We got some more great music and some more awards for you too. So thanks so much. I'm sure there's still some Chick-fil-A. I know you want it. Tastes like chicken, right? Okay, thank you.